You think you know how rich your favorite celebs are? Think again. Some have hidden stacks of cash you wouldn't believe. Here are the 12 celebrities who are way richer than you think. Number 12. Julia Scarlett Elizabeth Louis-Dreyfus, $250 million. Julia Scarlett Elizabeth Louis-Dreyfus is one of the most outstanding performers in television history. But it's not just her talent that's impressive, her net worth is as well. She is actually sitting on a mountain of money, and a lot of it. Can you guess? It's $250 million. But how does she have such a tremendous amount of wealth? Well, her family has a successful company, Louis-Dreyfus Company, and it's been bringing in loads of cash for many years. Her dad was a big shot in the business world, and he was worth a whopping $4 billion when he passed away in 2016. So a portion of her riches comes from her family's business. But Julia didn't just rely on the inherited fortune. Nope, she earned a lot from TV acting too. Remember the hilarious show Seinfeld? She was on it from the 80s until the late 90s. And guess what? She made $45 million during her time there. There's more to add here. She starred in another show, The New Adventures of Old Christine, and added even more stacks of cash to her pile. From 2012 to 2019, she was the star of the show Veep, and she was paid a jaw-dropping $500,000 for each episode of the final season. If you add up all the episodes, Julia could have made $18.5 million from just that one show. And at this point, we're not counting the bonuses or the royalties. Plus, she scored roles in movies, appeared on other TV shows, and even got paid for endorsing stuff. Julia Louis-Dreyfus wowed us with her acting performance and amassed a fortune that's hard to ignore. Like her, the next celebrity's humor is matched only by the size of his bank account. Number 11. Larry David, $400 million. Next up is Larry David, the actor, writer, comedian, and producer. He's loved for his amazing sense of humor and for creating successful shows like Curb Your Enthusiasm and Seinfeld. Thanks to these sitcoms, Larry made a $400 million fortune. But Seinfeld was, and to this day, remains Larry's cash-generating machine. Here's the story about that. Seinfeld was one of the greatest hits ever. So, 9 years later, when the show ended, something incredible happened. Larry got a huge deal to show the episodes again and again. This deal was so big that he received $3.1 billion. Those reruns, the times they showed the episodes again, and the rights to stream it online brought him a considerable sum of money. More and more companies were interested in streaming the show, and they were ready to pay David unbelievable amounts. In 1998, the rights were sold for $1.7 billion. As for Larry, he got a massive paycheck from that, $250 million. And in recent years, Hulu and Netflix got the rights to stream Seinfeld too. And you know what that means? More money for Larry David. Hulu gave him $80 million. And Netflix? They handed him another $75 million. Larry David's comedic genius isn't the only thing that has turned heads. Our next celebrity shows us that Hollywood's leading ladies are more than capable of amassing incredible fortunes. Number 10. Reese Witherspoon, $440 million. The American actress Reese Witherspoon has always been loved by people for her notable roles in movies like Ever Heard of the Man in the Moon, Pleasantville, Wild, and Election. She even won a shiny Oscar for her brilliant performance. But there's something about Reese that might be a bit unexpected. And what is that, you ask? Well, she's super wealthy. Don't believe us? Have a look at the numbers yourself. She's got $440 million to her name. And here's another surprise. She's the wealthiest actress who's self-made. In the year 2023 alone, she's already made $35 million. Unbelievable, right? But Reese didn't make these big bucks through her acting career only. In addition to being a movie star, she's also a business genius. She started a production company, Hello Sunshine. Her company focuses on stories about strong women that helped change how we see ladies in TV and movies. But in 2021, she sold Hello Sunshine for $900 million. And that's how she made a good chunk of her money. Here's the cherry on top. Even after the sale, Reese still owns 18% of Hello Sunshine. That means she still gets some of the money when the company performs well. While Reese's journey from Oscar-winning performances to business brilliance is undeniably impressive, the next celebrity on our list is someone whose influence extends beyond entertainment. Number 9. Victoria Beckham. $450 million. Victoria Beckham is a big deal in the world of fashion. She was also a musician for the band Spice Girls, and her talents have turned her into a wealthy individual. As of now, Victoria Beckham's money stash is around $450 mil. She made a bunch of money during her Spice Girls days. But that's not the only thing. Her secret power is in fashion. In 2008, she started her fashion label, Victoria Beckham Limited. It was teeny tiny at first, with just a few outfits. And later on, it grew and became really huge. The brand made $79 million in annual sales in 2012. After the success of her first brand, Victoria launched a new project in 2019, Victoria Beckham Beauty. And just like her fashion label, her beauty line also made it big. In 2022, the brand's sales were recorded to be $72 million. From Hollywood to high fashion, Victoria Beckham made her success story into a multi-million-dollar empire. But the next celebrity on our list delivered verdicts and turned justice into a gold mine. Number 8. Judge Judy. $480 million. Meet Judy Scheindlin, also known as Judge Judy. She's not your average judge, she's a media darling. She used to be a judge in an actual courtroom in New York, but then she switched her career to become a TV star. In the 1990s, she starred in the show Judge Judy. And you know what? She gained fame for taking things really seriously and getting them right. She helped solve everyday problems between people, and she did it with style. People loved it so much that her show became one of the most watched TV shows ever. Guess how she made her super big pile of money? Yep, you guessed it, from being a judge on TV. She earned $47 million per year through her contract with CBS. Judy Scheindlin, being smart, knew that to keep making money, she had to do more TV shows. So she created another show, Hot Bench. In 2020, she said goodbye to her first show after 25 years. But don't worry, she started a new show, Judy Justice, and now it's on a special place called Freevee. Wait a second, there's more. Judy Scheindlin isn't just a TV star, she's also a mastermind in business. She wrote books that lots of people love to read, and she even has her own clothing line. And this is how Judge Judy made her fortune of $480 mil. Coming up next is a celebrity who was an instant hit in all fields she ventured into. Number 7. Gloria Estefan. $500 million. Gloria Estefan is a world-famous Cuban-American singer. She has conquered singing, songwriting, acting, and business. The singer first stepped into the limelight as the frontwoman of Miami Latin Boys. Since then, her fame skyrocketed, and so did her net worth. Brownie points, if you can guess it. Well, she's made an impressive $500 million. But how did Gloria Estefan generate such incredible wealth? Well, she didn't come from a rich background, so she had to make her own way out. And this is how Gloria reached the level where she is today. She's been working since the mid-1970s, recording, performing, and touring. Gloria was even listed among the top 100 best-selling artists worldwide, with 14 studio albums under her belt. Hold on, there's an additional twist. She's a successful author. a restaurateur, a hotelier, and a co-host on Red Table Talk, The Estefans. She's also starred in movies, lent her voice to animations, and graced TV screens. Plus, she's a Broadway sensation with On Your Feet, and even has her own cookbook. In a nutshell, Gloria Estefan's money is the result of her talents, efforts, and successful ventures. Gloria Estefan's journey is living proof of the power of determination. But just like her rhythm, the business world keeps changing beats, leading us to the story of the next celebrity who is an entrepreneur like no other. Number 6. Kathy Ireland, $520 million. Kathy Ireland is a superstar who went from being a model to an entrepreneur. She made it to the Forbes list of the top 50 most successful women in America. And here's the surprising part. She's the only one who's both a licensing queen and a former model. Now it's time for the big reveal. Kathy Ireland has a fortune of around $520 million. But how did she manage to make this kind of money? It's all thanks to her company, Kathy Ireland Worldwide. And now for the twist. Kathy Ireland didn't start as a business person. Nope, she used to deliver papers. But then something magical happened. A modeling agency found her and she became a supermodel. She graced the cover of Sports Illustrated for 13 whole years. And after that, she set on her own path. She created her company. Kathy Ireland Worldwide became a global licensing giant. And it branched into everything from home furnishings to pet products, jewelry, and even shipping containers. In 2021, her company recorded $3.1 billion in retail sales. Kathy also has resorts in Greece and Fiji. And she's also a TV show host. Kathy Ireland's story is about versatility. Our next celebrity also showcases the true magic of versatility and entrepreneurial brilliance. Number 5. Earvin Magic Johnson, $620 million. Earvin Johnson was a champion basketball player, and he later on tried his hands in the business world. In 1979, the Los Angeles Lakers chose him as their first pick when he was just 19. And you know what? He won 5 championships in 13 seasons. He earned around $40 million from playing basketball. With a knack for business, he wisely managed his earnings. He took that wealth and established his own venture, Magic Johnson Enterprises. His company is a stakeholder in various successful brands, like the LA Lakers, TGI Fridays, Sodexo, and Burger King. And listen to this. It's a billion-dollar company. Thanks to Earvin's clever choice at just the right moment, he's now holding on to a wealth of approximately $620 million. From the court to the boardroom, Earvin Johnson used his sporting talent as a stepping stone to a billion-dollar empire. The next celebrity on our list had a slightly different approach. Number 4. Celine Dion, $800 million. And next up in the spotlight is the incredible Celine Dion. She's not just a singer, but a musical legend. She has won awards for her amazing music. Remember those songs like My Heart Will Go On and It's All Coming Back to Me Now? Well, those are famous. Everyone loves them. She's not just a household name, she's incredibly well off, with a net worth of $800 million. And she's on a list called America's Richest Self-Made Women. But how did she make it all possible? You see, Celine has been performing concerts for quite a while. She made over $1.4 billion from her concerts alone. She also had shows in Las Vegas for a really long time, 18 years. Those shows made like $681 million. And guess what? She didn't just perform in Vegas. She went to other places like Europe and Asia too, and that added even more money. Recently, she started another tour, and the first 19 shows brought in $33.2 million. But there's more to the story. Celine is also a business lady. She started a company and even opened a restaurant and a nightclub. Oh, and she even has her own fragrances line. Celine Dion proves that musical legends can take their wealth to unimaginable heights. Instead of standing in the spotlight, our next celebrities made a fortune behind the camera. Number 3. Trey Parker and Matt Stone. $1 billion. Meet Trey Parker and Matt Stone, the best buds, and the masterminds behind the famous show South Park. And here's the cool thing. They're not just behind the scenes, they're also the voices of the characters Kyle and Cartman. However, here's the twist. These two buddies aren't just skilled at making us laugh, they're rolling in riches as well. Can you imagine? Their combined net worth is $1 billion. Now, let's talk about South Park. It's like a cartoon wonderland they created. And you know what? It became a huge hit. It's one of the most famous shows ever, and it brought them loads of money. Talk about turning giggles into dollars. But wait, there's more magic. They didn't stop at South Park. They also created a Broadway show, The Book of Mormon. It was like a gold mine. It made more than $500 million from people who wanted to watch it. And there's a secret surprise, too. South Park is not going away anytime soon. It's like they have a magic wand that keeps renewing the show until season 26. And here's the kicker. They're working on 4 more seasons and 14 TV movies and specials. A never-ending laughter party. Trey Parker and Matt Stone are like the kings of comedy, turning their funny ideas into billion-dollar treasures. And they're not stopping anytime soon. Trey Parker and Matt Stone's remarkable partnership turned their funny ideas into riches. But the show's not over. The next celebrity on our list is the most unexpected rich person ever. Number 2. Jimmy Buffett. $1 billion. You might know Jimmy Buffett as the guy who loves wearing Hawaiian shirts and makes your dad dance at barbecues. He's a popular musician who turned into a billionaire. You won't believe how he did it. Way back in 1970, Jimmy released his first album called Down to Earth. But the real jackpot came in 1977 when he sang a song called Margaritaville from the album Changes in Latitudes, Changes in Attitudes. That's when people went, wow. Fast forward to the year 2023. Forbes announced that Jimmy became a billionaire. But how? Jimmy made his own world off the back of the success that song had achieved. He started with a shop called Margaritaville, and then magic happened. He expanded his ventures and invested in different areas. Soon there were hotels, fancy clubs, even places where people live and play like big kids. And casinos too. But Jimmy still kept on making music and went on many tours with his songs. People gave him lots and lots of money to hear him play. He also had his own music label. And here's the surprise. Jimmy has many homes, a special boat, and even planes. He loves flying around. Oh, and he even wrote stories and made movies too. With this diverse range of business and artistic ventures, he worked hard to expand his empire. But there's one area he never touched, the one that made the last person on our list super wealthy. Number 1. Ralph Lauren. $8 billion. Ralph Lauren is a fashion superstar who went from almost nothing to having a gigantic pile of money. He started out growing up in a poor neighborhood, and now he's worth a whopping $8 billion. Before all the fame and fortune, he was just a regular guy who used to be in the army and worked as a clerk. But then, in 1968, things changed for good. He had a business idea. He started making clothes that everyone loves now, and he called his label Polo. Next, Ralph Lauren designed ties that were different from the usual ones. Instead of plain and skinny ties, he made wide and colorful ones. And here's where it gets even better. People loved them so much that he sold 500 grand worth of ties in just 1 year. But that's not where it ended. He created clothing for both men and women, and from that moment, he extended his enterprise. Starting with comfortable cotton shorts and branching into fragrances, he experimented with various business options. And he was successful in all of them. He even opened fancy stores in big cities like New York and Beverly Hills. But that's not the end of it. In 1992, he created Polo Sport, and he bought other brands too. He even made special shirts that can track how your body is doing while you exercise. Now, Ralph Lauren might be in his later years, but here's the exciting catch. He's still having a blast. He's invested in lots of houses, like a big ranch, and even homes in different countries. And his car collection is out of this world. He has a secret to his success. He says that being stylish is way more important than following what's trendy. Ralph Lauren's empire is an embodiment of class and style. And that's a wrap on the secret fortunes of celebrities who have proved that success goes beyond the spotlight. But the saga doesn't end here. While people are getting rich, others will always be going broke. And that's true for celebrities too. Discover the other side of fame in our next video, Dumbest Ways Celebs Went Broke, and uncover the stories of the financial downfall of some of the brightest stars. Click on your screen now.